Alright, in Helldivers, there's plenty to go over as we have a success message regarding a previous major order that we thought could be impossible, as well as the new major order, a couple of other things that are going on this galactic war map, and also a very sad news regarding a very popular member of the Helldivers 2 community. Let's jump right into it and see what's going on in the world of Helldivers 2. Our previous major order took us to the planet of Menkent. After liberated Lezaf, Menkent had information regarding Vessel 00, to which we actually have been surprised that despite the incineration core and the 3% resistance, we actually managed to liberate this planet and therefore succeed in this major order. In regards to that, the following message states: the Helldivers have liberated Menkent from the automatons. The encryption key identified by Intel has been secured and transmitted, and used to decrypt files from Database 1 concerning Vessel 00. This information comes from automaton files, and Helldivers are advised that the enemy information cannot be trusted. It is further advised that this enemy intel may be disturbingly undemocratic. Vessel 00 is indicated to be a spaceship that departed from the planet Cyberstan in 2180, approximately 4 years prior to the initial automaton assault. The cargo and destination of that voyage is unknown, but it is referred to as the final one the ship made. Vessel 00 is referred to in exultation, evidence of the automaton's programming to express reverence towards it. It is additionally referred to as their seed or origin. This intel raises many troubling questions. The origin of the automatons have been a top intel priority since their initial barbaric assault. This information is the first to definitively connect the automatons to Cyberstan, a rehabilitation planet invaded by them in the early days of the war. Cyberstan is deep behind enemy lines and highly defended. Its liberation remains the top strategic objective on the automaton front. Current operational demands prevent its liberation in the short term, but in time it will be liberated. The secrets of the automatons will be revealed. Yeah, we didn't actually expect to win this major order, but I'm glad we did because this information is much more vital than we initially expected. We still don't know what the nucleus is, as we haven't liberated Asia Pass, but I'm sure that information will come at some point later down the line. Not only we are to find out a little bit more about nucleus, but also about the final collective, which has been stated a very long time ago. Those 3 pieces of information are directly linked to Cyberstan, and now we have 1 out of 3 pieces. I love how the developers are implementing this long story narrative, allowing knowledge that has been gathered months ago to be implemented into the storyline and the galactic war itself. With regards to nucleus and the final collective, we're gonna have to wait and see what's going to happen. That information is surely somewhere deeper in the automaton territory. With regards to this new major order, we are back on the Illuminate front, and this one is concerning me greatly as the Ministry of Science has identified anomalous phenomena in the vicinity of ancient Illuminate structures. These ruins date to well before the First Galactic War and have been preserved for citizens' education and enrichment. The anomalous phenomena include space-time disruptions similar to those recorded near the Meridian Singularity. Ground-penetrating radar scans indicate that these ruins may extend several meters into the ground. Access to these sites is now restricted as Ministry of Science archaeology teams begin careful excavations. However, there are similar structures on the planets that the Illuminate now control. The enemy may intend to somehow use these ruins to perpetrate disinformation campaigns or to propagate their own twisted version of history. The seizure of these sites will allow further excavation, hastening our investigation. Alert 3, Herfin Secundus, and Zaragoza each contain multiple archaeological sites. The Helldivers are ordered to liberate these planets from the Illuminate. This is actually a very interesting one as it leads directly to Meridian Singularity, so losing this major order would be catastrophic and could have an impact on Meridia itself. Looks like Meridia has been left untouched for several months, but now that the Illuminate are working on some kind of new structures is a major concern. We have another week-long major order. Yes, I know, and a lot of you guys are not going to be happy with this one as it's another week-long major order, but we have to liberate the designated planets in order to reclaim old Illuminate structures present on them. That includes liberation of Alert 3, Haven Secundus, and Zia Rugosia. Once again, we have to hold Hellmire. The attack on Hellmire from the Gloom is probably going to happen throughout this week. Now, I don't fully understand why we still have to hold Hellmire, as we had a full major order associated with fortification of Outpost Alpha, so I don't really understand why we still have to hold Hellmire, but I'm sure you book divers are going to be happy. Interested to see what's going to happen if we win this one, but I'm actually very intrigued what's going to happen if we lose it. What are the Illuminate schemes and what could possibly be the outcome of our failure? We cannot forget about the people that have been playing outside of this major order, in particular the bug divers. Majority of them have been on the planet of Turing, where our Xeno Entomology Center is also based. Liberating a planet was a huge success for the bug divers, and credits to you guys. This planet was not a part of the major order, but you guys still decided to stick with it and solidify this planet, and therefore securing one of our key strategic planets. Xeno Entomology Center is back under our control. It might take some time to bring it back into operation, as it has been under Terminate control for quite some time, but only time will tell what this planet will have to offer in terms of impact on the Galactic War. In other news, guys, we have a very sad news regarding one of the very famous people inside the Helldivers 2 community. One of the biggest leakers, IronS1ghts, has put in a very interesting message. For those wondering, over the past few months, the time it takes me to post a leak has grown exponentially. There is multiple reasons for this, with the main one simply being I've gone too deep. I started this out as a fun little hobby for me to learn things, and it has slowly turned into long, careful dives, pulling apart systems, cross-referencing hidden logic, cataloging data that shouldn't be exposed. That level of depth have been insanely educational for me, which is great, but the deeper I went, the harder it became for me to put together a quick leak and move on. Because of that, my priorities are shifting. I'm stepping away from casually posting leaks to focus on studying on OPSEC. In case you guys don't know, IronS1ghts has been a very influential figure inside of Helldivers 2 community. Not all of his leaks were proven to be true or in the game, but quite a lot of things such as a War Strider, the Hive Lord, and the FRV leaks that he has posted in the past are actually currently in the game right now, which is something that he gave us insight to what the developers could potentially work on, and that could potentially make its way into the game. But he is now hanging his boots, and he is going to use his knowledge that he gained through finding leaks and put it into a real life experience. So IronS1ghts, I salute you, man. Your information was not always there when we wanted it the most, but you have given us some very interesting insights, some very interesting videos, and we appreciate and wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Once again, if you guys are interested, for the next 22 hours we have a Borderline Justice Democracy's Deputy armor set, along with some very nice emotes, capes and banner. Very interesting major order. I'm glad we succeeded in our previous one, as well as that gave us some very good intel, but now we need to shift our attention back to the Illuminate and solidify those 3 planets as quickly as possible. Once again, to IronS1ghts, I wish you all the best. Right now, guys, we need to jump back in the game and fight the Illuminate. Thank you so much, guys. As always, smash that beautiful like, subscribe if you want to see more. I'm Krennic, and I will see you guys on the battlefield.